What's going on, drinking buddy? My name is AJ. I'm the friendly hermit, but you know that. We're here together. We've got our. This is our palate cleanser. But I'll say this, if you know anything about the channel, I film multiple episodes at once. The official, unofficial palate cleanser here, my PBR. This is the official beer of the channel. But also, official, unofficial beer. Normally, I would cleanse the palate, hence the name, right? And I would have a beer like this in between reviewing a different beer. But in this case, the previous episode, that PBR Max. Listen, I'm just a man. It's, if you watched the last, if you were hanging out with me in the last, that thing hit hard. That 7.1 creeps up on you. And, yeah, like I said, that's a dangerous beverage. That's a dangerous beverage. Because this stuff, I could sip on this all day and feel fine, but that's 7.1. I just want to make this very clear. This was the first beer I had. The 7.1 was the second beer I had, and I got a buzz going after that 7.1. I don't ever feel this way. That is an insane strong beer, and it worked well. It was tasty. Maybe I'll put a little, if you want to go and see what that beer is like, the review, maybe I'll put a little thing in the top corner or whatever. You can, or maybe in the comments too. Maybe I'll have a link. I don't know. Maybe not. We'll see how I feel. Anyway, I'm so excited to hang out with you today, my drinking buddy, because we're outside. It's a beautiful day. I'll just say this. I don't know if I'll be able to come back here. The spring has officially really sprung. The last time I came here, it was all, it's not dead, but there weren't so many leaves. It wasn't so green, right? And I feel bad walking through here, with the flowers and the leaves and all the new growth coming up. I don't want to disturb it, right? So this will probably be the last time I come here, which is a shame because this is one of the only spots where I feel like I can be alone to do these reviews. But also, I just like being outside by myself. And there's not a lot of places in my local area, like nature. You probably know that from the videos that we've done so far. So, yeah, this is, I think, episode 20. Is this our 20th time sitting down, crack a beer or crack a beverage? Coffee, tea, whatever you like to drink. You don't have to sip on a beer with me, but I like having a drinking buddy. I need a drinking buddy, hence why I'm doing these videos. So, have a beverage with me, and let's just shoot the S word. And I'm going to use the term S word because the algorithm doesn't like swears. Jacob Jones. He got famous from, can I even say smoking? He never uses the word of the product, but, and this will all be relevant in a moment. I'm not going to get too political. I don't want to get crazy. I don't have a lot of time left, but he smokes things like this on his channel. And he reviews, I guess, different types of liquor because he is, I think, gluten intolerant. I don't know specifically if he's celiac or whatever it happens to be. I might even be, if I'm being honest. I don't know. Haven't been to a doctor. Haven't been tested. It's a probability. I have some inflammation issues. But what I wanted to talk about was in that vein, in that vein, and this is before we get to the review. I want to get to the review as quick as possible. I'm not going to rant as long as I've ranted before, but some people struggle. I don't think I need to say that. It should be redundant, right? Some people struggle in different ways. Everyone is obviously different. Everyone's at different places in their lives. Everyone has a different history, a different family. We've been critical of, capitalist systems before, cigarettes and alcohol, beer, things like this. We judge people so quickly. Even this channel, I've like after the first post or the first couple videos, I was getting people, if you know a little bit of my history, some of my because this isn't my first channel. I have another channel which I'll probably also link below, but um people were concerned, like, oh, look at this guy, he's out there, he's drinking too much and whatever. I just want to say, for somebody that has been I don't know, this time last year I was homeless. I had nowhere to live, and you could be upset that I'm sitting out here drinking and reviewing beers. You could be upset that I buy Native Reserve cigarettes. Oh, I don't think I was allowed to say that word. So hopefully the algorithm, who cares? The algorithm doesn't like me anyway. The cheapest possible, those things, and, the cheapest possible this, technically, uh, minus the beers that I review on the channel. All of these things, you could be rightfully upset at me for using what little I have to be out here, and people might say it's I'm having an issue or something, and Jacob Jones gets slammed all the time. I don't want to say slam, but people make like jokes in his comment section that he's so young and he's got a problem or whatever. I just want to say this: it is a struggle to exist if you're in this position or that position. And if the only thing that brings you a modicum of joy, despite I know the irony in that, this is a depressant, if it helps you get through the day, I personally, particularly if you're able to afford it, obviously I don't want to condone problematic habits. But what I want to talk about is having compassion for people that might have those situations, or might have those experiences. In particular, I don't think people really like, for instance, if you're on like a social assistance program or something, average people love to just dump on those people as lazy. And listen, to some degree, I guess I understand to some degree, but you have to understand the actual numbers. They're not as awful as you think. If people are abusing the system of handouts, frankly speaking, most of the handouts go out to the billionaires, and no one seems to care when we bail out, the big banks or the construction companies or the real estate companies, or the whatever. All that aside, my point is, um, a little leg up, and I'm speaking from experience here. Even despite stupid spending, a little leg up, and I don't mean like here's $20. I mean like some housing, some food, like pay those things for the one that's struggling. If as a society, we are investing in giving somebody a place to stay and a meal in their belly so that they're satisfied. And I'm not saying they have to eat like, you know, the finest steaks in the land, you know, like I mean like they're full, their bellies are full, they have a roof over their head, and they don't have to stress about those things. This becomes secondary and it goes away. This problem doesn't okay, let me rephrase that. It doesn't necessarily go away if it is a problem for any random individual. This is a coping mechanism, right? And so people will make decisions, particularly those who struggle with drinking. Uh, they'll do this before they eat, you know? And it's a shitty cycle because this is a depressant, as I was mentioning. This is a depressant, so it puts you into that spiral. And then, of course, you have the judgment from the outside. They see you as less than, or you're the problem. It's your own fault. And to some degree, okay, I could decide I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to do this anymore. But addiction is a problem. Addiction, if you've never had an addiction, you can't really, you have no, it'd be like me telling, I don't know, a physicist, like, nah, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, what do you mean no, time travel and, you know, space travel and putting people on the moon or on Mars? Like, I'm not a physicist, you know, I don't work for NASA. Why does my opinion or my thoughts about it have any weight whatsoever? So, as somebody who has, I have an addiction, you know, and people tell me I just need to do X, Y, and Z, but they don't have addictions themselves. It's the same exact thing. Like if you don't experience addiction, then what do you know? You know nothing. You know nothing. You're just talking, you know, and that hurts. Um, Not like my feelings are hurt. I mean, I just push away. I'm just going to do what I want no matter what. You're not being helpful. But what is helpful is just give me a leg up. My struggles are because of my struggles. Again, it's a cycle, right? And so something like this, it's made worse. It's brought to the forefront. These brought to the forefront. So I'm not asking you to change your mind or your opinion on anything. I'm just saying, like, it doesn't matter if you're on the left or on the right. Like, take a step back. Like, really ask yourself, is what you're contributing to the conversation helping? Probably not, right? It's probably not. It's probably making it worse. And I'm not saying for me. I'll be whatever. I'll be the lamb, sacrifice me. I don't care. Make fun of me. I don't care. But what I mean to say is if you're out there judging your family members, your friends for their habits, and you have never experienced that, like, think about the people you love, is all I'm saying. Like, if you don't know, shut your mouth, you know? A small sum of money, particularly for someone like myself, that's going to elevate me enough so that I can now focus on bettering myself. I don't need judgment. I don't need um, advice. You know, I know if I have a problem. I know you don't want to support somebody's bad habits. And what I'm telling you is by supporting them foundationally, you're helping remove the bad habits, is what I'm saying. Not always, but someone will be more likely to in my experience anyhow, do better and have the opportunity. Like, that's the thing. When I say a leg up, people need opportunities. If they're not given opportunities, if they're not given help, financial help, then your words mean nothing. Just go to a doctor, go to a program. With what money? What if I don't have insurance? What if I don't have you think you can just walk into, whatever location and just demand that they what? Talk to me or listen, you know? It's the whole thing is the whole system is in place so that you will be subservient to some billionaire to make him a trillionaire, and it is a him more often than not, and so that you shut up and just keep just working and being mistreated and underpaid. You know, that's what capitalism is. And if you disagree, I'm sorry, you're not educated. Like, you're uneducated. Go look it up, man. Just look it up. I'm not calling you names. I'm just saying that's like an objective reality. Like, this here is a forest that I'm sitting in, Not a big one, but it's an objective reality. And if you genuinely think that people are struggling because they chose to be homeless? You think they chose that? They chose to do this or do other things because they wanted that? Addiction is not choice. I want you to understand that. Addiction is not choice. Disagree if you want in the comments, but I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Anyway, sorry for that. Sorry for that rant. I don't know why I felt like saying that today. But we don't have much time. So I want to get into today's I don't know if I can sit. I'm on a hill, so I got to be careful here. I don't even know if you could see this. This is a hard one to look at even from my perspective. I don't know if you're able to see this can. Maybe on this side it's a little easier to see. This is ridiculous, first and foremost. Notice the size of a standard tall can and the size of this tall can of the day. This is a tall can if I've ever seen one. This is Bone Shaker Unfiltered Indian Pale Ale. So naturally we've got an IPA. This is also a strong beer, which I did not read that part. This is also a 7.1. Oh no. Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I just picked it up because I saw a skeleton on a bike and I thought that was cool. I'm literally I only picked this up because I like the can is very pretty. It's very I love the artwork on it. What you see here is a brown just band around the whole thing. Nothing exciting, with gold artwork and text. That's it. It's very simple. There's some looks like hops growing in the background. It looks like a skeleton just kind of like on a little bike with one tire that's larger than the other tire. Oops. And yeah, it's a cool little image. It says "damn good beer," but "damn" as in DAM for some reason. And it is in Amsterdam. I assume something out of Germany. It must be, but no, apparently not. Amsterdam Brewing Company in Toronto, Canada. Interesting. Okay. So what do we have on the can here? 7.1%. Very upset about that. And this is the tallest can I've ever seen in my life. This is 568 milliliters, a 7.1% alcohol per volume beverage. Aside from the image, we have 20% more and it is very large. And price-wise, that kind of pans out. This was probably after tax about a $4 beer, $4 can, 20% more. Bone Shaker IPA. This DAM, all in caps. I don't know why DAM is all in caps. Bold and hoppy beer hits with grapefruit and pine aromas. That sounds delightful, actually. Those are actually two of like my favorite flavors. I know saying pine as a flavor is weird, but I genuinely love pine. Um, Pine aromas balanced by a solid malt backbone, forever in pursuit of over the top hop flavors and always unfiltered, just like you. Interesting. Well, this can is, coldish. It's not ice cold, but let's give her a go. Maybe we'll do a quick Jacob Jones. I don't know if this will even show. Maybe I have to do something like this. I might have to move for the sake of the Jacob Jones thumbnail, but here we go. Here we go. This is Bone Shaker. I chose this because my bones were shaken from the Pabst. So we'll do the Jacob Jones thumbnail. Hmm. I don't know how else to do a thumbnail, so just simple. Simple is probably best, right? All right, let's give it a go. Let's give it a taste. One final little palate cleanser. Alrighty. Let's see. Sound of heaven. Ready? Oh my God. Immediately hit with the smell. IPAs, man. IPAs. I'm not a flavorful beer drinker. Oh yeah, this guy's got flavor. Holy. Remember the last episode with the 7.1 before? I like I said, the Pabst Max, I cracked it, nothing. This guy, the second I hit that, it was like blasted the scent into my nose. A lot of flavor there. Grapefruit, yeah, very much. There is a citrus forward scent. Little hopsy, like it smells like an IPA, but citrusy. Very, very fascinating. So, without further ado, let's give it a taste. Whoa. Oh boy. Bone Shaker is right. Oh my. Oh boy. Wow. Talk about flavor overload. I can't even speak anymore. That hits like a truck. The scent was intense. The flavor, it's like a punch in the face. I don't even know where to begin with this. This is a roller coaster. It starts one way and then just takes you places. I've never experienced this with a beer in my life. Everything they said is true. Grapefruit and pine, which I don't hate. I just wasn't expecting that. And it's very intense flavors. We're not talking, this is not a light beer. I know it says strong beer, but that last strong beer, the Pabst Max, is a strong beer, but had light flavor. This just grabs you by the shirt and just yanks you and throws you, it's absurd. A lot of flavor going on here. This might be the most flavorful beer I've ever had in my life. And I'm not exaggerating. This is insane. 80 IBU. What does that even mean? I have no idea. It contains barley and wheat. Okay. Whew. This is an intense one. This is going to take some time to get through. I'm gonna do my best to describe this, but this is tough. Okay, starting with the mouthfeel. Let's start with the mouthfeel. Let's ignore the flavor because I can at least, if I can't put words to the flavor, I can at least the liquid can be in my mouth and I can describe how that feels, right? Okay, it's light on the carbonation, but the bubbles that are there are sharp. There is a sharpness to it, but it's still relatively smooth. It's not we're not talking big stabby bubbles. It's not very spicy in that regard, but it's there. So probably more than the Pabst Max. So kind of mid to high in the kind of froth slash velvety kind of texture and feel. But yeah, we're looking at sharper than not bubbles, but smaller, if that makes sense. I burped. The hops linger in this. The bitterness lingers. The flavor lingers. In my mouth, it is very bitter right now. Very hopsy. That's not a bad thing if you're into hops. For a strong beer, for a 7.1, in terms of alcohol, flavor. Pardon me. I'm not tasting alcohol. Everything else, the flavor is so intense. The flavor of the beverage is so intense that there is no alcohol flavor to me. But this could be because I had that other strong beer before. But yeah, the alcohol normally, once you hit that, 6% or that 5.9 or whatever, there's some alcohol flavor. This, it's being drowned by bitter hops. It is. The pine is certainly in the forward. The second it hits your tongue, you'll get a sense of pine. Yeah. And in the aftertaste, what lingers is the hops and the grapefruit, I would say. This is weird. This is a weird one, man. This is hard to really put into words. It depends what you like. I'll say this. If you want something that's, you buy one can and you feel good, this is you're going to hang out around, I don't know, at a picnic table or something. You're going to have lunch and you want a strong flavor. This is the strongest beer flavor wise I've ever experienced in my life. This is so much. It's almost too much flavor. It's overload in my, all of my senses. It's overloaded by the flavor of this beer. I've never experienced. I don't know how else to say it. I've never experienced this. This is crazy. This is a crazy beverage. It will just jolt you. Just what is that? What did I put in my mouth? And then after, even right now, the hops, the bitterness, the inside of my mouth is just bitter right now, and so it lingers. The staying power, the smell, the forward, the back, everything. This is a roller coaster of a beer if I've ever experienced one. And like I said, never have I experienced this type of just this ride. This is taking you on a flavor ride. So you might enjoy it if you buy one. We got cut off there. I don't know where I left off. This is taking you on a ride. This is a flavor ride. Every step of the experience. The second it hits your tongue, you attempt to swallow. So you close your mouth to to let it go down. There's something there, like it changes, and then you lick your lips after. There's something changing. It's bitter. There's just levels to this. So if you are a fan of somebody that really wants like flavor, you're gonna have one of these at a picnic table for lunch or whatever. You go, on a summer day, if this was ice cold and you had this with I don't even know what could possibly pair well with this, because I wouldn't want to have this with like, something heavy. Like I don't want burgers and fries. I don't want like I don't know. I don't think you'd want to have this with a meal. Honestly, I don't know what it could possibly pair with. If I had to pick something, maybe just some fries, like something to you need a palate cleanser for this. You don't want more flavor. I feel like this will carry the flavor of the meal. Like pretend the meal is just to sustain you. This is the meal, and it's probably going to fill you up at 568 milliliters. Like this is absurd. It's a lot of liquid. I don't know, man. This is a weird one. This one is a weird one. My personal preference, based on everything I've told you, lingering hops flavor, very strong percentage wise, so it's going to get you buzzed. Um, the flavor roller coaster, heavy on the hops in the back, the grapefruit in the back, the pine up forward. All of these things, if you like bitters, these are like the flavor isn't bad. Let me say that. The flavor is not bad. It's just intense. I think that's the best way to describe it. So for me personally, I'm going to give this a 6 because it's it's actually good, but not for me personally. But as an IPA, if you want that flavor punch and you just want to get like, a good buzz on one can, I would give this then probably in that regard, probably like a 7 or an 8, like in that range, because that's what this is going to do. So if that's your goal, 7.5, let's say, we'll call it a 7.5. If you just want a flavor coaster, you want to go like, I want to experience something. I want to feel something, and I want a little bit of a buzz because it's a lot of liquid and it's a strong beer. This is like a 7.5. You're probably going to enjoy it. But if you're like me and you want a light sipper, this is not going to, like I said, I don't know if I want to pair this with a meal. I think I'm just going to maybe have some fries. I don't even want ketchup. I don't even want salt and pepper on those. Maybe some salt, maybe. But like, I need something to just get in my belly and just like clean out my mouth. Not because it tastes bad, but because the flavor is so intense. I need something to kind of bring a neutral uh, feel back. Does that make sense? Again, this is not bad tasting. It tastes my this is my preference. The grapefruit and the pine and the hops. This tastes very good. Again, alcohol flavor is almost non-existent, but it's so intense that I feel like I just need something to, you know, kind of neutralize the, like, even right now, my mouth is bitter as I'm talking to you. But anyway, we're gonna call it there. That's the review. Bone Shaker Unfiltered India Pale Ale. That's an IPA Bone Shaker. It's good. Give it a shot if you find it. If it's in your local area, you won't hate it if you're into intense flavor, IPAs and strong beers. So give it a shot. You might enjoy it. And frankly, for the price and for the alcohol per volume, like, it's reasonable. It's not bad, right? I just prefer an easy sipper that I can enjoy anytime, anywhere with any meal, you know? So 7.5 for you, 6 for me. That's what the official rating is. But anyway, drinking buddy, Dinker and Sinker, thanks for hanging out with me. It's been fun. This one was fun. This is a fun one to get, like try and like dissect. Hang out with me again soon. Like and subscribe and all that if you want to crack a beer with me and hang out again. And we'll see y'all next time. All right? Thanks for hanging out. Dinker and Sinker. Just wow, man. It makes you laugh. It's so intense. I'll see you next time. I love you. Bye bye. All right, we're done recording. Cheers.